Good morning, lovely ladies. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful to each and one of you for being here. So today is very exciting as we are talking about performing with confidence. So day 4, performing with confidence. Okay, so day 1 was positioning your expertise. Day 2 was packaging up your methodology, all right, packaging up your irresistible offers. Day 3 was promoting to persuade, and of course today is performing with confidence. So this is all about mastering sales with selfless service, which is one of my favorite topics because it's such a shift for so many women. So before I dive into today's content, I really want to invite each and every one of you on this call a number between 1 and 10. I got a frog in my throat. Okay, so 10 is where you're a sales queen and you're on top of this and you love it and it's your favorite thing. And to 1 being, please get me out of here, let me run to the hill. It's not my thing at all. So drop your number in the chat box now, and I want to know what you're feeling. Thank you so much for sharing. It's great to get a gauge. So many people that I speak to have an experience of sales and marketing where they just feel icky and sleazy and they're like, oh my God, get me away from it. I don't want to do it. They don't want to put themselves out there because they are like, what if someone wants to talk to them about their work? And they're like, oh, I have to sell, right? Well, the thing is that if we don't have sales, we don't have a business, right? So closing the sale is actually very simple. Even better, you can do it without feeling pushy, without the prospect client feeling like you're pressuring them to give in, okay? We have to get comfortable with sales in order to have a thriving business. It's that simple. And thankfully, sales doesn't have to feel icky or uncomfortable. I think it's useful to make a distinction between selfish selling and selfish selling, okay? Selfish is the negative stereotypes, which, we've heard about. It's the pusher people, where the attention is on more of the needs of the salesperson. They talk too much, they don't listen, they're being self-serving, they exaggerate, or they outright lie, okay? However, sales doesn't have to feel sleazy. It doesn't have to feel manipulative at all. Now, before I go on any further, you may have seen in my emails, but I just want to let you know that I'm going to be opening a few more pathway calls for people who wants to talk about developing their own sales spiel and script for their business. I'm here to support and help you guys. So if you want to learn how to implement a sales script specifically for your business, I would highly recommend you to book a call. And on this call, you and I will sit down and we'll talk about your business right now, and we'll talk about the goals that you have for your business, and we'll talk about what everything looks like and how to implement what I am sharing with you here today. So if at any given point during the process you want one of these calls, just drop call in the comments or DM me or hit reply on one of those emails and we'll reach out to you to set that up. Okay, so let's pull out our workbook today. This is the goal. By the end of today, we're going to have your pathway to profit scaling your business to $10,000 months. Okay, so let's have a look at what question 1 is all about. So what are the 3 fundamental factors for having confidence in sales? Well, selfless selling is where the attention is more on the needs of the prospect. Selfless selling is about helping people buy something that is appropriate to their needs. The attention is on helping the prospect by being empathetic, right? Sales is something that you feel more and more comfortable with the more that you sell and the more that you serve every single time that you sell. Okay, so you'll start to ask better questions. You'll really start to listen to your ideal client's needs, and you'll recommend courses of action as you put the focus on helping your beautiful clients to work with you, not on just getting the sale. Okay, you'll get to see that transformation in them, and then you'll get to experience that sense of fulfillment that comes from their transformation. And of course, a client comes to you because you are the facilitator, right? They have to come and meet you at least in the middle, right, in order to be able to get them the results. So, however, you as the facilitator, you want to own this part of the transformational results, okay? And when you come from this place of service, then sales becomes effortless, all right? Now, there's two aspects of sales. A, feeling like service, and B, not being attached to the outcome. So remember, whatever is in the highest good for your client is going to be in the highest good for you as well. So I'm going to invite you to make a huge switch, right, in your thought process from being in the sales mindset to the service mindset. Okay, so go from sales, going from that, oh my God, I've got to sell to somebody, to sitting back and going, I'm going to serve somebody. Okay, so for example, if I'm in a sales call and I'm leaning forward and becoming too attached to the call, then I have to pull myself back, think of service, flick the switch to service, and my role is service first. And whatever happens is what happens. But firstly is ethically service. So when you feel yourself in that sales space, pull back, take a breath, and flick the switch to service, because we are in service-based businesses. And it's natural to go into that space because we want to help this person. Okay, we're not going to be able to help them or ourselves if we're leaning forward in this space of sales and needing something to happen. And that energy of need or the attachment to something can be absolutely felt by your potential client. And you don't want that for you. Okay, you don't want that for them either. So when we choose to sit back and be in this space of service, what this allows us to be is in the space of receiving. So we're communicating and having this beautiful conversation with our ideal client, being of service selflessly. We're allowing the wisdom and the insights to come through to us so we can share with them. And from here, we can then go into the space of sharing powerfully and confidently our offer, the transformational work that we do, our pricing, and then it's up to them, right? So what is really powerful to understand is that this is something that comes up with women when we're moving into charging higher end prices for their work. One of the things to be aware of is that when you invite your clients to pay a higher price for what you offer, so for example, from say $500 versus $5,000, say for a 2-month program. Now, I want you to think about this for a moment. If I pay $500 for something and I don't actually get to make the most out of it, I'm like, oh, well, that's annoying, but I move on. However, if I'm paying $5,000 for something, you can bet your bottom dollar, my attention, my awareness, my focus is going to be where I put that money. Okay? Can you identify with that? So what this allows is that your ideal clients, when they come to work with you and they choose to invest in that way, they're placing their intention on them receiving that transformational work. So right from the beginning, you have their full attention. and they have your full intention because you have crafted this exact methodology for them to achieve the transformation that they're after. And they're coming at it with their full purpose to achieving their transformation too. And this is incredibly powerful. Okay, so if there is one thing that you can get from today's session, and this is in your workbook, is that, I want you to write this down, is that turning sales into service is the ultimate business transformational tool. Okay, and this is not just transformation for our business, but for us as leaders, okay, as female leaders, because our intrinsic nature is to be in this space of service and to be in this space of receiving, and this is where we belong. So reframing sales into service for you takes the pressure off. It's like I get to relax and actually enjoy the process rather than having to try and make something happen. All right, and it's really beautiful. So I want to invite everyone who's on the call to let me know, what has your experience been with this? Can you feel the difference of really allowing yourself to move into a space of service when you are in the sales process? So I want to tell you a quick story about the first high-end program that I crafted. It was while I was a marketing consultant, and at the time I was charging by the hour, which was something that both coaches and consultants used to do back then. Okay, and what I found was, when I was sitting in a meeting, giving them being the client, the strategy of how we could market their company to attract clients, what I found was, when I sent them the invoice for that meeting, they were like, it's just a meeting. We were discussing ideas. I'm not paying for that. They didn't see the value in the ideas, which was basically my strategies, my ideas, my intellectual property. So I had to change that around and package up my strategic value. So I crafted a program, which was my marketing strategy workshop. And this included a 4-hour meeting at their office where I would go through their complete marketing strategy in front of them, okay? And so that included, the 4 hours to their office, an hour travel, like there and back, a written marketing plan, which was about 10 to 20 pages long, depending, which took about 5 hours for me to write. So my fee went from $60 for a 1-hour meeting, which they didn't value. And I struggled to get them to pay, to a full valued added program, explaining exactly what they were getting in that marketing strategy session, and then paying me $5,000 for that marketing strategy session plus marketing plan. So when I changed to a space of selfless selling, which was asking questions and really listening to them and giving them clear professional recommendations and something tangible, which was the marketing plan, everything changed. So when we look at confidence in sales, especially high-end sales, it comes from a few fundamental factors, okay? And here's your foundation factors, okay? Number one is having crystal clarity around confidence, okay, in what you're selling. So this also includes the transformation that you facilitate for your ideal client. So it's the results. Okay, so this incorporates day one, which is your positioning, your expertise, all right, your experience, and who are you here to serve. It's also about incorporates day two, which is, of course, crafting your irresistible offer, your methodology, so that you're going to serve them at your deepest level to gain that transformation that you facilitate, all right, for your ideal client. And once you feel this clarity, this confidence, this conviction, then it makes the sales process so much easier. Okay, so your first one is crystal clarity and confidence. Now, your second one is the aspect of owning your value of your work, okay, your worth, and really claiming the value of your transformation. Okay, so owning your value, all right, owning the value of your work and your worth. And the third one is having an abundance mindset. So being open to receiving, all right, being in a space of, not being in a space of lack. So the opportunity that we have, and I know that all of you on this call and all of you that are watching the replay will have had this experience of practicing gratitude, right? It's so simple, but we practice gratitude and we practice seeing where the abundance is already in our lives, and we learn to celebrate that. And one of the things that I didn't do well in my very first business, consulting business, was celebrating my wins. I never stopped to give myself a pat on the back and to say, well done to me, right? I never believed that what I had achieved was anything special. I treated it as if it was just the business, and these are the things that I had to do to grow my business, which of course led me to not loving my business in the end. So I've learned to celebrate the things that are now going well, because our natural instinct is to continually move forwards in creating more things to celebrate. Yeah. So now I celebrate, and I celebrate my wins, I celebrate my clients' wins, and I want that for you as well. So your abundance mindset is always to celebrate your wins as well, and to feel really proud of your wins. Okay, and of course, when you celebrate your wins, you can then do one of the posts that we talked about yesterday in promoting. Okay, promoting to persuade. So question 3 is, what are the 3 mindset shifts you need to do to turn into a confident sales queen? All right, so now let's look at what are the 3 mindset shifts. All right, so this is in your workbook. This is question 2. So the first one is that the intention to be of selfless serving, okay, is always this is always in our natural state as women. And this feels so good to us, okay? Our intention is to be of service first. And in that way, we get to be of service in our sales calls, and we get to be unattached to the outcome, all right? We get to stand in the positive power of our work, because we understand deeply the transformation that we were able to facilitate for our clients. And if it's in their highest good to do this work, then our service is to share that with them shamelessly. Okay, it's such a beautiful thing. Now, the second one is that money allows impact. So the more money, ladies, that we earn, our capacity to be of impact grows. So when you're earning great money as a female-based service entrepreneur, it frees up our time and your space and your energy to be of service to your community in so many other ways. So as an example, this 4-day event, right? This Pathway to Profits that we're running. This is something that is of incredible service to lots of women. And when I speak to women from stage or from Zoom or in workshops or masterclasses, I can see the changes and the shifts that are happening from this result, all right? From them having these results, these aha moments, all right? So if you have the opportunity to choose to be of service in ways that can support your community for free, for people at different levels of your community, okay, then it's a wonderful thing. So being able to have more impact, that's what money gives you, all right? The money gives you a chance to be of more impact to your community. And the final energetic shift is that abundance is everywhere. Okay, it's a virtuous cycle of gratitude, of celebration, of celebrating of gratitude, abundance in this incredible process. So there is always abundance, plenty of abundance to go around. And we have this most magnificent tool at our fingertips, all right, called Zoom. So we can have meetings online, we can heal online, we can teach online. I know it's not the same as being tactile. However, you can still have a huge impact globally and support transformation everywhere. And Zoom makes this a huge opportunity in the global e-learning market, which involves online coaching and learning courses, etc. Do you know that the digital learning platform is expected to reach a combination of more than $325 billion by 2025. So there is a choice whether you want to be a part of it or not, okay? Because the opportunity is there for you. So question 3 is, what are the 3 main factors of sales there, and how are you going to bring them into your life and into your business? So the first one is no. How are you going to connect with people? How are you going to give them an experience of your energy, your expertise, your integrity? All right. One of the ways to do this, what I love, is through high service, right? High touch online events like this, like a masterclass for say 60 to 90 minutes, or a 3-day workshop like this. Okay, being able to be in a space of connection with people, both in this group format and one-on-one, is so incredibly beautiful. It helps clients to get to know you, to feel you, to understand you, and when they come into your community, they get to really understand who you are very, very quickly. Okay, and people have to connect with you before they want to buy with you. It's just the human nature. So when you can offer them this beautiful connection, this experience and feeling, this incredible energy and sense of knowing you, they get to make this decision and close the gap so much more quickly. Okay, they can, binge watch you through your Facebook group, your Instagram page, your Facebook lives, to understand your market authority, your distinctive edge. So it's important. It's important. It's an important foundation of what you do. Okay, the first one is to really know who you are and what you do. All right, and it's a great opportunity to give you a wonderful space of connecting. All right, this is absolutely amazing. It feels good. So wherever we are of service to others, it also makes us feel good as women. Okay, so the first one is to know. The second one is, or the second factor is to trust, right? So why are they going to trust you? Now, they're going to trust you because of your experience, all right? Maybe you've been there before, because of your education, your ability to help, your testimonials. They can say that if this has worked for someone else, so that's social proof, then it could work for me. All right. So how can you create the vision and support them to see the vision for themselves, being able to achieve this transformation in their own lives? So for them to be able to move into that space of trust. So what can you do? Okay, so the first one is, what can you do to get them to know you? So knowing you is from yesterday, from the promotions, knowing you through your posts, knowing you through, say, masterclasses, workshops, knowing you from Facebook Lives, getting to know you from your speeches, your podcast interviews. That's all tied up with them getting to know you through your emails, writing articles, blog posts, so forth. So that know is that first step of getting them to really get to know what you're all about. Okay. The second one, of course, is trust, is building that trust factor. So what is your experience? So my experience as a marketing consultant is over 15 years now. And so what is your experience? You know, I've helped small business entrepreneurs across the board in so many industries with their strategies. So if somebody comes to me and goes, I really need a new strategy to build my business and to attract clients, I have worked with clients across the board in so many industries. So that experience gives my clients confidence that I can give them the right strategy to be able to build their businesses. All right. So the third one is about value. So first, know, second, trust, third, value. So what are they going to be saving by working with you? So are they saving time, which is very costly and you never get it back? Are they saving money by working with you? Are they going to be saving hassle? All right. So we can make things easier for them. Are they going to be supported? Are you going to support them to do something in 4 weeks from a health perspective, you know, that you can do in 4 weeks that has already taken them, say, 4 years to try and work out. So that's the time factor. So if people have gone, you know, I've been trying to work this, you know, say a framework for attracting clients. If you've been sitting there trying all these piecemeal situations, trying every new bits and pieces that comes up, but you haven't just put together that one client attraction framework that works, then you may have lost valuable time. So again, if you're a health coach, if somebody's been trying to lose weight for 6 months or 12 months or whatever, and you can say, oh, well, I'll help you to do something in 4 weeks, then that is going to save them time, because they've lost 12 months to try and figure everything out, to work it out, and it hasn't worked for them. Are you going to be able to save them money? Because of them trying everything or buying 6 other different programs or courses that didn't work, will you be able to actually get them to where they're going to go, to where they want to be, with a solution that's faster and smarter? So I know, you know, you could buy a program in sales, you could buy a program in promotion, you know, you could buy a program in understanding how Facebook works. But what you're really wanting is an easy client attraction framework that includes all that, but it gets you the clients. All right. So what are they getting from working with you? Are they getting clarity? Are they getting support? Are they going to make money? Are they going to feel great? Okay. Are they going to feel confidence in wearing a swimsuit again? Do they want to make a difference? All of these things are really, really important to understand. So if you want to look at how you're going to bring this to life in your heartfelt work, it's the connection, the knowing, all right? It's the trust, it's the value, whatever that is, completely unique for you. And we've talked about this in day 2, about your methodology, your system. Okay, that is your uniqueness. That is finding your distinctive edge. Okay, so that distinctive edge is now coming all the way through into your performing with confidence into your sales. All right, because when you know you can do something really well, when you know you're shit hot at this, and you've got all the confidence in the world, then that's the power. That's what you bottle up. And every time you go into a sales call, that's what you use in your sales call, because you are the master, right? You are the CEO on what you are trying to achieve for them. Okay, not trying. It is because you've done it before. It is what you are achieving for them. Now, I want you to look at your sales method. You know your zone of genius and the transformation that you're going to support your clients with. So now look at the questions that you are going to ask your potential client, all right? Because you actually have to understand what is going on in their mindset, so then you can help them with that service with that confidence of service throughout the sales call. Okay, so look at the questions that you can ask them, because remember the quote, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much they care. All right, that's Roosevelt. So now now what do you need to know about them that you know, so that you know that your solution, that your methodology is going to help them. All right, so what questions do you need to ask to be able to qualify them and to see if they're going to be a good fit for working with you? Okay, so this just isn't about selling what you do to anyone. So when you work with someone, you want to make sure that you really like them, that they are your perfect client. Okay, because you want to spend time with them, and you just don't want anyone. So you just don't want to work with anyone. All right, you want to work with someone that feels like they are the right fit, the right connection, and that they are committed to get their own transformational results. Okay, to get the results with your facilitation, with your help. So I really invite you to drop down on one of, say, turn your page over, one of those extra pages, and ask them these questions. Ask them about their situation, what's working for them, what obstacles do they face, what do they see happening from 3 months from now, 6 months from now, even a year from now, as a result of working with you. What is it that they need to know? All right, what is it that you need to know about them? What is their problem? What do you need to know about how to fix that problem? Okay, to really understand a person's situation or a problem, I say you need to ask them a plethora of questions. Sometimes it can be 30 questions or more that enables you to peel back the layers of like an onion to find out what is at the core of their problem. Okay, what is the core of their issue, and what is they really needing from you? Okay, the other thing in relations to sales as a service is that objections are an opportunity for you to be of more service. Okay, and what do I mean by objections? Well, what I mean is that if you're in a sales call with someone and someone's asking questions about the way you work, what you offer, the pricing, the timing, anything like that, this shows your prospect is interested and just wants to know more about something, all right? There is something that they're quite not sure about. So they're just asking more questions to get more clarification. And it shows that they're an intelligent, qualified buyer. And it also your chance to show you're secure in what you're recommending, or are willing to, willing to change your tactics when new information comes to light. So answer objections thoughtfully and build your case with conviction. Okay, it's a conversation, not a debate. So this is an opportunity for you to be of service. Now, I remember years ago when I first started consulting, a lot of my sales calls were done over a cup of coffee. Okay, but there would be an hour to drive to the coffee shop, an hour to talk to them, half an hour to drive there, say an hour to talk to them, half an hour driving back. That's 2 hours a day. When I got more focused on being selfless in my sales process, and of course I got more confident in understanding what my clients' needs were, that meeting at a coffee shop turned into a 45-minute telephone call. And I just was asking them questions and trying to understand their core problems and then putting a solution together for them. Okay, and then answering any objections that they have. So doing sales isn't about selling. It is about being of service and understanding what your clients' needs are, and then giving them a solution that is appropriate. Okay. The other thing that's taking place is that we as humans naturally shy away from change, and we avoid uncertainty. It's really a natural thing. So as humans, we put off what we can do today for tomorrow, if we're allowed. Okay, so I've talked about getting more comfortable with living at the edge of our highest potential. All right, it's learning about to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Okay, your premium clients may have some fear in coming into this process. Okay, and it's generally of exchanging in the transformation that you're going to help them with. So they really want it, but they're a bit fearful of it. So this is your opportunity for you to demonstrate your ability to understand their fear, all right, and to support them to get through the fear and to connect to the solution that's going to be the best for them. Okay, most fears come from them thinking that they don't know if they're able to be the person who can create the results. Let me say that again. Most fears come from them thinking that they don't know if they are able to be the person that can get those results. All right, and this is an opportunity for you to support them through this process. All right, to hold space for them to actually step into becoming this grander version of who they are, of who they were always meant to be. And that's it. That's it for today's training. Now, if you want to book a consult call with myself, you can do that. There is no pushy sales whatsoever. This is all about what's in your best and highest interest. And if I can be of service to you, if this is a good fit for you, it's just a conversation to see how this might work and what it might look like, and if it's possible for you right now to be able to implement your easy client attraction framework. All right, I'm here to support you every step of the way. So whether you choose me or not, just, reach out. Let me have a conversation. All right. If you're going through and thinking, oh my God, I need this, I need to figure this out in my business, I need to put in an easy client attraction framework, then I highly suggest you to book a call with me. So drop call in the comments. Send me a DM if you want to have a pathway call, and then we can talk about this. Hit reply on any of the emails. If you've got any questions, I'll put a thread in the Facebook group and reach out to me there. But I want to thank you guys, because this is day 4. This is the last day that we'll be together. So I want to thank you guys for being here. I hope you've enjoyed the Pathway to Profits mini series. I hope you've gained so much value from it. Once again, if you're sitting there thinking, I need to get an easy client attraction framework built in my business, this system that gets you from here to here, that I've created for my business, so that you can position, put my teeth back in, your expertise, package your methodology up, promote to persuade, and now perform sales with confidence, then, as I said, reach out to me via my Facebook group, Easy Marketing. DM me on Facebook, hit reply to one of the emails, and we'll set up a good time to chat. Okay, well, thank you so much. I will chat to all you beautiful ladies later. All right, bye for now.